Hi guys, today's video is going to be a little bit different, so if you don't like the personal, very to the point, meaningful videos, this is not going to be a funny video, then this is just not the video for you, so I would suggest to check back later. We'll put more out there. This is just something that I need to get out, I need to say, because it's something I feel very strongly about. So if you're not going to watch this, I'm not going to take offense. Go ahead. So here is the story I'm going to tell you guys today. This is a drunk driving story, so if you have had experience with this or anything else, you know where I'm coming from. This past weekend, me and a couple friends went to the bar, and another friend met us there on his crotch rocket, and when we left, we followed him home, and apparently he had had more to drink before he got to the bar than what we thought, and he crashed his bike. And we were following him, and you could see him start swerving, and then all of a sudden we saw him go off the road, and he actually ended up being thrown from his bike and hit a tree. And we had to get out of the car at 11:30 at night and look for him because he was non-responsive. We couldn't find him, and actually I'm the one that found him, and the noise he was making is a noise I will never forget. And it was a mix between wheezing and moaning, and it is something that just haunts me now every night. And this is not something that I would wish on anybody, and I just want to get this story out there because it could help somebody else. The reason he drove is because he was too proud to ask somebody to drive for him or to take his bike home. Now he is in the ICU in extensive care, and he could be in the trauma unit for up to 6 weeks. The good news is that he is alive and he is conscious, and that's good, but the bad news is that there's a lot of things wrong with him, and it's just not a very good place to be. And I just want to talk about this and to put it out there that this is not something you want to do. Alright, so parents, I know we don't want our kids drinking, and we definitely don't want them going out to parties and doing all that, but we need to emphasize on this that it's okay for them to call for a ride home. It is okay to stay somewhere if you need to stay there. Too many kids are dying now too because it's so frowned upon that they feel like they can't call anybody. And this is another thing that we just really need to work on, because that was part of my friend's problem. When he was younger, he had nobody he can call. So he learned, and for lack of a better term, he got good at it. And that's the problem, is he was too good at it. He felt that he could do this. And that's what got him in some trouble. And he felt like he was invincible. And a lot of other kids have this problem too. So parents, please start talking to your kids and tell them what can happen and what will happen, or how many other people that can get hurt in this tragedy, because let me just say that it's not fun, and it's not something that I would wish on anybody. Remember that you have responsibilities on top of this. My friend was driving like an asshole, and he has 3 little boys at home that now missed Easter and don't understand why their parents are gone. So please remember that you have responsibilities. You have things going for you. You have stuff that can happen, and especially if you're young, you can mess up your whole life just from one night. And don't let your pride get the best of you, and don't think that you're invincible and that nothing's going to happen, and as long as you take the back roads and all that, because it's not true. And I can't emphasize this enough, that you need to see the bigger picture. And I know that's hard when you're intoxicated or under the influence of anything, but just please remember that there's so much more out there that you don't need to ruin it with one night. You also need to understand that if you get in an accident, it does not just affect you. It affects other people. This whole family and friends are torn up about this because it could have been a lot worse, and it's very scary, and I am really messed up about the whole situation because not only did I watch it and see it and find him, it also brought back a lot of memories that I've repressed from when I was younger, of my brother getting in these accidents and almost dying. And so it is extremely traumatizing to me. Now, it affects other people. Everybody involved in this, it's affected. His whole family, his kids, his friends, all have been affected by this. Now, think about it this way, too. If somebody else would have been harmed in an accident, in a drunk driving accident especially, if you would have hit another vehicle and hurt the people in that family, now, not only your friends and family are affected by this, but a whole nother set of friends and family have now been affected. And you need to realize that it's not just you. It affects everybody. And if you are to get seriously hurt or to be killed or to kill somebody else, it's not just on you. It affects everyone. So keep that in mind. Well, you guys, I'm really sorry about this depressing post and ruining your day and all that, but this is something that I just feel very strongly about, and I feel that needs to be put out there. Please, please, please don't drink and drive. If you need help, call somebody. And if you're one of those people who lives in the bigger cities, unlike me, call a taxi, call a cab. Do not get behind that wheel, no matter how much you think you can handle it, because there's just too many things that can happen. And this is something that really needs to stop, and it's especially hitting me now just because, like I said, all those memories are coming back too, and it's not worth it. And those little boys could have lost their dad forever this weekend, and all it would have taken was a few seconds. So please don't get behind the wheel. And also, if you think you have an alcohol problem, I'm going to put a link in the bottom to some help. So please keep in mind that this is not fun. This is not a good time. That completely ruined many people's weekend. So please don't drink and drive and be responsible. And I hope this helped some people. Feel free to comment any experiences you guys have had with drinking and driving. Maybe having more stories will help some other people and be a preventative. So feel free to comment, share. Hope this helped somebody. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you next time.